Welcome back everyone to some more World of Tanks. In this replay we have Nvidia playing the tier 10 Italian tank destroyer, question mark. Nvidia's going to use improved aiming, hardening and a bounty turbocharger. Definitely need the extra mobility on this vehicle. But why did I say the question mark earlier? Well, it's because I feel like those Italian tank destroyers play more like heavy tanks, right? It's just drive forwards, stay hold down, use your lovely gun. Classic heavy tank gameplay, pretty much. So yeah, I think these vehicles are probably some of the most powerful vehicles inside the game at the moment, tech tree wise, just because they combine the lovely gun of the tank destroyer with the lovely armor of the heavy tank in a way that no other vehicle does. No tree does that except for those Italian tank destroyers. So Minotauro, where do you go? What do? You just need to find a hold down position, try to raise the vehicle a little bit just to hide the cupolas, and then use the 10 degrees of gun depression to shoot into the enemy team. And this is exactly what Nvidia's going to do. Raise the vehicle a little bit, try to catch the Super Conqueror in the top part. Not working, unfortunately, but yeah, there's pretty much nothing the enemies can do in this situation. It's around 440 millimeters of effective armor, and there we go, just catching the Super Conqueror in the side here. 560 alpha damage, 5 rounds on the Minotauro. It's just a crazy vehicle at the moment. And yeah, Nvidia's going to show you exactly how crazy this vehicle is. Trying to find the low plate on the E4, not finding it, unfortunately. Trying to catch maybe the cupola of the Super Conqueror, not finding it, but there we go, finding it on the other Super Conqueror, and that is a little closer over here. And yeah, once again, they can fire gold, they can fire regular rounds, it just won't do anything. Even the Jagdpanzer E100's 420 millimeter penetration heat rounds, as you can see, Nvidia knows they have no chance, just turning the camera around, trolling us a little bit. Even the Jagdpanzer E100's 420 millimeters of heat rounds will struggle to go through most areas on the Minotauro's turret. It will be able to go through underneath the gun and above the gun. Anywhere else is just not going to work. But there we go. Nvidia just sitting in a hold down position, putting shell after shell after shell into the enemy heavies, doing already 1,900 damage and blocking 4,300. Maybe catch the side of the Super Conqueror turret, and there it is, finishing off one of the very dangerous tier 10 vehicles on the enemy team. Well, they're all tier 10s. It's a tier 10 matchup, Baffish. Look at the matchup. Silly fish. But anyway, just stay in your position, Nvidia. Just stay hold down. Go after the Super Conqueror. It's like one side will be able to pin, one side won't, so it's kind of obvious what the outcome is going to be. But Nvidia is not satisfied with just firing at the Super Conqueror, wanting to support the North as well against the CS-63, against the Centurion, which did get shot down by the grill. There's also a Leopard at the back there. And I'm not sure if Nvidia knows this, but they're actually constantly spotted. As you can see on the map, the EBR-105 is inside the 50-meter spotting range. What is that 50-meter spotting range? It means that if any vehicle is inside that small circle, even if it's behind hard cover, such as houses, rocks, and whatnot, you will be automatically spotted. You do need to watch out for that. And yeah, unfortunately missing the CS-63 over there. Would have maybe been a kill shot. It was in the one-shot range. We don't know, but there we go. Super Conqueror in the side. Easy pen, easy damage. And this is just what the Minotauro does, you know? One into the E4 as well. It's just classic Minotauro gameplay. You stay hold down, the enemies go in front of you, you shoot the enemies. It sounds pretty simple, right? But yeah, this is exactly why I think those Italian tank destroyers are some of the most powerful vehicles in the game at the moment. They're just so good. And it's not just the Minotauro at tier 10. From tier 7, that entire line is like that. You go hull down, you have amazing turret armor, you have decent hull armor on the tier 8, tier 7 and 9 kind of meh. They'll get one into the 183, aka the Death Star. Can we get a second one in? Finish off the 183. Finish off the 183, they're going to go back to my armor stories. Unfortunately, the shell dips, not known for their accuracy, which is something that kind of resembles a heavy. Rather than a tank destroyer. Trying to go into the 183 doesn't pen, unfortunately. But yeah, 0.42 base dispersion, if I'm not mistaken, on the Minotauro. Definitely not the most accurate of vehicles. But when you have such good armor, when you have such lovely burst damage in your vehicle, you don't really need that dispersion. You can just go fight close range, stay hull down, and own everything in front of you. What is NVIDIA going to do here, though? Going to reload and maybe fall back, try to support the south. There we go. There we go. I think that is the right choice. Try to secure one area of the map instead of constantly fighting for all of the areas, right? So if you secure the south, you have kind of an area to advance from. If you just try to win every single area and the enemy team will overwhelm you, it's not going to work. Win one area and just launch your attacks from there. So I definitely agree with what NVIDIA is doing right here, especially with the T57 heavy one shot. There we go. Finish off the T57 heavy real quickly. Unfortunately, the shell dips once again. The bad accuracy. E4, T57 heavy, and a mouse. The mouse is actually losing a lot of hit points here. But into the cupola of the E4, not penetrating? That's actually really surprising. Heat into the cupola, the E4 didn't go through. Did not expect that, but okay. Put one to the side of the E4. Doesn't notice that their cupola is sticking out. The mouse dies to the Panzer 7. E4 goes forwards around the corner. Going into the track, that is actually pretty risky with heat rounds, because they do struggle to go through the tracks of vehicles. Luckily, they do go through both the T57 heavy and the E4, shutting both of those tier 10 American vehicles down. This game is really close, by the way. 10-9 for the enemy team, but NVIDIA's team do have a small lead hit point wise, 500 hit point difference. Okay, but yeah, the armor of the vehicles, my goodness, I need to finish what I started, right? So from tier 7, all of those Italian tank destroyers have amazing armor. If you can just keep them hull down and use the lovely burst that those tank destroyers have, play them pretty much like a heavy instead of a tank destroyer, and you'll just do great in those. I really love what NVIDIA's doing over here, by the way. Going down and around, and then going north, to stop the advance from the FV and the EBR. That means that NVIDIA was last spotted right here. Okay, with the T57 heavy and the Panzer 7. So the enemy team probably thinks, oh, we can flank them. We can go from the north and shoot them in the side, which is, you know, an FV can do a lot of damage if it catches you in the side. But NVIDIA is going to try and create an ambush over here. The FV spotted towards the left. The EBR as well turns towards them. FV turns, unfortunately hits the track, can't pen the FV. Bounces the FV's AP round. Okay. Never heard of FV's firing AP, but there we go. One to the FV. Getting him down to a one-shot. EBR's going to catch him in the side here. Don't let the EBR shoot. Unfortunately, the EBR does shoot NVIDIA over here. They do get the kill on the FV. That means, though, the EBR is going to run away, not being able to reload on time. So going for the full reload. Right, it's only like a 23-ish second reload for all of the shells. Okay. One vehicle down, 200 hit points down. What is NVIDIA going to do here? The Horry finishes off the FV, and it's like as balanced as it gets, right? 2 tank destroyers, a light, and an artillery on one side. 2 heavies, 2 TDs on the other. 11 of the score, and it's just a 45 hit point difference. Can NVIDIA make the difference here, though? Just have to wait and see. Going forwards towards the north, which is interesting. Maybe he thinks that one of the Yank Panzers is trying to go around. Maybe they're trying to catch the EBR 105. I don't really know. Just have to wait and see what happens here. EBR is actually camping at the back, trying to spot the heavies for his tank destroyers. That's exactly what you need to do, by the way, as the light tank. In those close game situations, try to support your tank destroyers, right? Try to support your artillery, get the damage, and get the kills. NVIDIA, though, slow and steady, trundling forth. I mean, the Minotauro is definitely not known for the speed of the vehicle. It's not very fast, it's not very mobile. It has decent mobility, but yeah, it's definitely not known for its speed. Unfortunately, the Jagdpanzer finishes off the T57 Heavy on NVIDIA's team. And yeah, just go forth. There we go. Both of the Jagdpanzers spotted. EBR spotted as well. We know exactly everywhere where everyone is, right? Artillery is obviously towards the base area. 2 Jagdpanzers in the city. EBR on the eastern part as well. What is NVIDIA going to do here? Focus the EBR? Focus the Jagdpanzers? What do you think he should do? What do you think he should do over here? Going after the Jagdpanzers, I see. I actually agree with this tactic. Try to take out the big guns while they're still occupied, right, by the allies. But then we go one to the EBR, setting them on fire. And luckily the EBR doesn't have an automatic fire extinguisher. And they burn to death. Horry 3 finishing off one of the Jagdpanzers, which means it's a 2v2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 2v2. 2 TDs versus the artillery is spotted. The Jagdpanzer spotted. The Jagdpanzer going after the Horry 3. Can catch the Jagdpanzer in the side. Oh my! The Jagdpanzer finishes off the Horry 3. Unfortunately, the Jagdpanzer is a 3-shot. Need 3 shots into the Jagdpanzer. Missing the first one, unfortunately. Just have to pen. Okay. 3 shots. Just have to pen the shots. You're fine. The Jagdpanzer fired. Not in the tracks. Then the heat can't go through the tracks of the Jagdpanzer. And that means that you still need 3 shots into the Jagdpanzer to finish them off. Luckily, the Jagdpanzer bounces. But you will need the big reload here. Not enough damage for the Minotauro. Trying to avoid the Jagdpanzer, trying to go around. Can't pen the cheeks even with heat. This is a tricky one. Remember what I said earlier about the Jagdpanzer needing to fire gold? The only way for the Jagdpanzer to pen here is through the upper part or the lower part of the Minotauro here. Jagdpanzer bounces. There we go. I'm just going to show you real quick. Over the gun and underneath the gun, those are the only 2 options for the Jagdpanzer to pen with heat. AP is not going to go through anywhere. But there we go. Heat into the cheeks of the Jagdpanzer. One more shell. One more shell is needed. Trying to block the gun with the gun. Doing everything they can to not let the Jagdpanzer. Unfortunately, the second shell misses. The Jagdpanzer bounces once again. I think that is the 3rd bounce by the Jagdpanzer. Like I said, should have fired gold. Finishing off the Jagdpanzer with the 3rd shell over here. But yeah. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, or 2 Jagdpanzers. Can't really escape this one. 2.5 minutes left. Can NVIDIA push those Jagdpanzer wrecks over here? Escape from the situation. There we go. There we go. Just calm. Just cool. Lovely game by NVIDIA so far. And I mean, it's just a 1v1 against an artillery. NVIDIA raising the gun. Maximum disrespect. The artillery misses as well. It's like, you know, the arty is not going to finish you off. If they pen, sure, but as long as they don't give them the backside, as long as they don't hit the engine deck, it's going to be over. There's the GW. Just put 1 to the GW100. And yeah, show off. Show off, NVIDIA. Show off, NVIDIA. You deserve it. 8,354 damage that we've seen. Maybe some blunders against the FV, even though I don't believe that was the case. And almost 8,000 damage blocked. This vehicle is just ridiculously strong. As you can see, all of the non-penetrations on the turret over here. Just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, GG. Well played, NVIDIA. Lovely game. Staying hull down. Going back north after going down south was a lovely play. I really like this one. And yeah, if you find yourself in the situation the Jagdpanzer found themselves in, just load gold, go underneath the gun. It's around 380-ish, 390 millimeters of effective armor, or maybe over the gun, which is pretty much the same. This kind of a rectangle over there. And you have to fire heat. If you fire regular rounds with the Jagdpanzer, it's not going to go through. And NVIDIA just capitalizing on that mistake, getting the win, getting the kill, and yeah, blocking almost 8,000 damage, which is ridiculous. How ridiculous was this game? Let's go and check the post-game stats to find out. There we go. Ace Tanker for the 1,617 base experience with the Minotauro, getting a steel wall for blocking 7,940 hit points, high caliber for causing 8,354 damage, and a top gun for getting us 6 kills. That artillery at the end gave us a lovely top gun. 32 shots fired, 27 hit, and only 18 penetrated. You know, it was fighting against Jagdpanzer 100s, hull down Super Conquerors. Not the easiest over there. And yeah, I really liked that Nvidia didn't fire a lot of gold. Like, they did try to go with regular rounds when possible, not just spamming the goal. Appreciate that every time I see it. 16 hits received, only 2 of those penetrated, 14 did not. Like I said earlier, 7,940 damage blocked by armor, 5 vehicles spotted. I guess the Minotauro can also spot vehicles these days. 9 vehicles damaged, 6 destroyed, 459 spotting damage, and yeah, just having a very overall very nice game. Getting some credits even, because like I said earlier, not firing only gold, firing regular rounds as well as the gold rounds will help you not lose as much credits as you would if you just spam gold, right? But yeah, amazing game, just showcasing how good the Minotauro is right at the moment. Another showcase for how OP a Minotauro can be if played correctly, exactly like Nvidia described to us in the replay description. Yeah, GG, well played Nvidia, playing the Minotauro perfectly, staying hull down, using the lovely turret armor, using the lovely gun, going into the position you need to go to, winning the south, winning the north, and just playing a really nice game of World of Tanks. This is it for this video. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the Minotauro? Do you think it's overpowered maybe? You think it's actually at a good place right now? Or maybe you think it needs a buff? Really? Maybe you think it's needed? No, I don't think so. But maybe you do. Maybe you think the Minotauro deserves some more love by Wargaming. Yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. And this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, for being awesome as usual. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Tatars, have a good one, lovely people.